Good evening, Free Enterprise fans, film friends, and everybody else out in the world. My name is Tall Grant, and I am here with my good friend, my good film friend, Beauty and Discovery. Beauty, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing fantastic. Work is over. I'm ready for the weekly race. Always exciting. Probably one of the highlights of my week.
Me too. It's always a pleasure to be here with you and getting to run the game. So I think we have a little bit of a cane seed tonight. For those of
A
you who
little bit of one.
For those of you who don't know the drill and haven't seen it, let me give you a little bit of background on what we do here in Film Friends. This is a club that's dedicated to taking movies from the 1980s and translating them into free enterprise form. We have taken a film from the 80s that I thought was appropriate and pivotal and interesting, and made ourselves a free enterprise flag set that can be watched, that can be played and run, and all kinds of interesting things with it. So, in front of us, we can see Kane, who is going to be our hero tonight, and our objectives. Beauty, why don't you read us through the
Yes.
objectives today?
Yeah, absolutely. Let me take a look at the seed because the randomizer, the actual seed, will put them in whatever order they like. But if we're going by the plot of the film, the order of the objectives would be unlock the sealed cave, complete Mount Ordeals, defeat Dr. Luget, complete the Tower of Zot, and complete Giants. So that means you're going to need a Luca key, you're going to need a Earth Crystal, and you're going to need a Darkness Crystal. Bare minimum. Only 3 key items to go mode if you find everything. And then also to point out, you only need 4 out of those 5 objectives to get your crystal and make your way to Z.
Yep. And I will also caution those who like to follow and play along at home that our objectives are actually, there's really only 4 objectives tonight as far as the plot goes. Two of these objectives are duplicates of the same and showing the same thing. But it would kind of spoil the fun if we let you know what that is. So you're going to have to puzzle it out for yourself which one it is. Let's talk a little bit about our other flags in here. We have returned after last week's interesting time where we had C dupes on and we had a hook rut. We're back to forcing Magma Key. We do not have dupes available anymore. In fact, we only have 5 characters tonight. We think they're all critical to the plot, and their parts will be played by Kane, Rydia, Edward, Rosa, and Yang. So we're hoping that they'll all be relatively accessible. Last week's seed, for those of you who played, had a rather deep Rosa to go find, which I don't think anybody, excuse me, I think one person actually took the time to go get her. Everybody else kind of went up and did it. But this is going to be a little bit harder party, particularly because Kane is so fast, and he's probably also going to be the best damage dealer, which kind of is going to present some trickiness for us near the end.
Yeah, definitely some trickiness because the typical route of dealing with that agility would be to do something like toss a curse ring on him. But that also, curse ring applies to all stats, including strength. So it's going to do a lot to mitigate his damage in the face of that. So you might actually be looking at potentially what your agility breakpoints are. This is maybe the first time you might want to think about that. Agility is pretty well known in the community as being a little bit of black magic, a little very misunderstood. I fully don't understand it, but there's a couple points, and I think for Crane, probably the point would be 42 in agility is what would be most helpful to deal with Z if you are not nerfing. That said, one of the kits we have tonight is the meme kit, and that includes a drain spear in it, which is exclusive to Kane and does negative or affects his agility by
I believe -10.
Thank you, thank you. I was having a moment there. So not the strongest weapon, but kind of a way to mitigate it without just a whole hearty curse string on
All right, well, I'm going to take off the ladder shades. Just as a quick reminder, I do wear my sunglasses at night,
him.
but it does make it a little bit harder to see. One other thing I will point out is we have an archer kit here. We've got 2 people who could do very well with that in Rosa and Edward. Realistically, though, I think if we have a Kane Edward or a Kane Yang start, this could be pretty rough.
Yeah, definitely. Certainly some early characters that'll be a little rough. Kane starts off, he may be a somewhat heavy hitter towards the end, but he is I think literally you start the game with him in vanilla, so he starts pretty low level. So
And
he
well,
will
and he
punch
needs a
you a little
lot of
bit.
gear to really get him going.
Yeah, that's another aspect as well. That said, we don't have C Nakey on, so he at least starts with something, but it is the somewhat joke weapon of the spear. So don't expect a lot out of him until you get that
Oh,
game.
do I detect a little Aegis Shield contempt for Group Spear from back in the Adamant Cup days?
No, no content, but
Because
one needs
as I
content.
recall, we were paired with them for the second round.
This
And as I
is true.
recall,
This is true.
Nightdew and Zyrak also both came through.
Take that, spear.
That's right. Alrighty. Well, first thing, let's verify. I am seeing glove, bow, and mini.
Indeed, I am as well.
Great. Well, the other fun
And a
question.
nice gray cane.
I like that gray cane. It's a good color palette. Though I may have requested a light blue cane when I may have been farming out some emotes this week.
Ooh, spicy with the emote requests.
Well, we'll see how they come through. For those of you, by the way, who have been watching, I greatly appreciate it. I've been making a push toward affiliate. I'm actually getting pretty close, and knock on wood, I might be there by the time we do this race next week. Well, the other reminder I'd send to you, Beauty, is I've already got my Lewis script ready to go. I'm actually going to run the not late race legal log because the rules are so relaxed in this league. Who's going to disqualify me?
I won't tell. Shh, even though you just told on yourself.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, it's not tournament legal, and this certainly isn't a tournament.
Hi there, E-Ninja. Good to see you tonight.
Hey, Ninja.
So anyway, if you've got your stuff together, for those of you who are watching us for the first time, Beauty and I are going to be racing this live. I'm going to go ahead and set the flags with Nightbot here, and then we'll go ahead and also toss out the Khadgar link. That would be BeautyInDiscovery, who is going to be racing the seed with me momentarily tonight. So if you want to, there's a Khadgar link you can go to check this out. Let's go ahead and put the flag set in here as well.
Yeah, Queen is Lost is my racing alt that I use exclusively for free enterprise. I do occasionally race on my main channel, which is just BeautyInDiscovery, but typically I do it under this alt.
So I think, Beauty, once you're ready, I think we'll count down, and you'll probably drop off, and I'll run the seed, and then you and I will meet up and taunt as we get toward the end here. I will also say you can't see it because I know you're not watching me, but I am wearing my cane shirt this evening.
Oh, fantastic. It's a good shirt.
It's
a good shirt. I think I might like the Cecil shirt more.
I think
the sprite they use, but
well, the sprite on the cane shirt's pretty awesome too, and Kane's my boy. Okie doke.
you're gonna betray me.
It does happen. It does happen. Alrighty. Well, for I guess now is the time to say, for both Beauty and I, we are aware of what this is. We're more than happy to encourage guessing in our relative feeds. So at this point forward, spoilers are going to be here. If you're planning to run this, it might be time to minimize and kill the sound. Otherwise, you're welcome to try and guess the movie along as we play. Beauty, are you ready to go?
I'm ready to go. Count us down.
All right. Let's get it started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Good luck, sir. Have fun. We'll see you on the other side.
Likewise, good luck. Have fun, Grant.
Good night. All right. Rosa starts good. Rosa starts real good. There will be no keyless tower. Ooh, Artie Bow 2. That's nice. That's a really good start. Hey, Burkhead. Good to see you, bud. All right. Actually, for those of you that watched the trailer, this should be very familiar because our test seed, which I recorded footage for the trailer, had this same kind of setup. But I'm happy. This is really good. So, okay, our goals tonight are not to waste time on stupid things like we did last week in the seed. We're going to watch the Fame Arch carefully for how we're going to play it, and we are going to think real careful if we run into somebody awful and long in a boss check, especially one that may not be required. Why are we saving? Let's go see what Bedward has for us today. All right. Well, I do like me some Kane. He has always been my favorite. I loved the jump command as a kiddo and just kind of love watching him fight for redemption. So that makes me happy to watch him play. Oh boy. All right, chat. It is time. Let us go and rate that treasury. It's not every day you get this Earth Crystal start. It's a beautiful thing to have. And like they say, let's go ahead and take our treasure. So we have 16 chests. We are on T Wildish tonight, so the loot here should be good. We're hoping to get some sort of nice weapon for Kane. Coffin. Ice armor's okay. Ribbon's good. Stardust Rod. Avenger. There's the Kane weapon we want. Bahamut. Oh my gosh. Protect Ring. Sork Robe. There's something for everyone but Rosa down here. That was a really, really good treasury. Oh, we have exits, but we're going to finish looting in here to try and get some arrows for Rosa. So we're going to grab these other 2 spots. But no, that Avenger is going to get us off the ground. We really don't have to do too much. I'm still going to plan on looting Cave Evelyn. I have been skipping that, and that's been a mistake. But this is a good treasury. And that Silk Web and a Rune Ring and Crystal. Okay, this is good. Alright, we got a good seed started. So we're looking for Cursed Ring. Kane is going to need all the help anchoring at some point. Well, this seed is giving. We have 3 sylphs. We'll save one of them for Rydia. Get rid of one of those lunar staffs. I'm not getting rid of that Bahamut. Boomerang can go. Slumber Sword can go. Poison Axe is probably worse than anything Kane's going to have, so that's going to go now too. Hello, I would like a Cursed Ring, please. Alright, well that was easy. Buy Mute Knife when you see Mute Knife. That'll be helpful if we get across a mage boss. Kane's got a lot of weapon with that Avenger, but sometimes getting that elemental affinity can be real good. I don't want Ether. If Rydia's up where she can cast Weak, I'm at endgame levels already. I do want these life potions, and we're going to take one or 2 more of these, and we'll take probably 5 of these Cure Thor Rages and 5 Cure 3s. That should carry me through pretty well. Alright, I'm ready to deal with these Lunars or anybody else that I come across. Wow, thanks everybody who showed up tonight. This is a pretty good crowd. Alright, we're going to go hit Cave Antlion first. I feel really good with this party. So let's change our form. And let's do some equipping. Kane, get rid of your iron. I don't think, let's see, I think you're going to get the Protect Ring for now. And then Rosa, you may have your Artie Bow. We'll get those, ooh, Sammy arrows. We'll start with the poison though, because I don't expect something too strong to be in here. You can have this ribbon. We'd rather keep you alive because you've got the more difficulty getting experience. Kane is this is a sea hero for those who have not seen our club here. So this means heroin robe. Oh, do I even want to loot much more? I mean, I am so set already for most of the things in this party. We will skip the Carter admin chest tonight. Okay, well, high power seed is high powered seed. We are going to have to fight the inventory boss a little bit, but we'll deal with it as we need to. Alright, let's see who our first boss of the night is. Avenger Kane should be able to crunch through. Dark Knight Cecil. This is one you don't want to have that Avenger equipped on, but I think we're just going to crush him for power. Oh yeah, go get him, Kane. We don't have time for any speech. Someday you'll see. Alright, what's our reward today? Magma Key and Underground Access. Alright, let's go. Oh, Rosa doesn't have it. We gotta use our exit item. But yeah, this is a pretty big jet out the gate. And I regret that I did not notice the first boss. So we're going to do one thing before we go underground, and that's we're going to check the character up on Mount Hobbs. I'm probably going to go down there and try and crack a siren if I can find him. And I'd love to get some levels on whoever I take with me. Alright, if this is another Rosa, we'll reset. Otherwise, we're probably going to take the character, unless it's like all Gauntlet or something, in which case we may just wait. That's young, and is this even randomized? I still think we can get through this pretty quickly, so we're going to take it. But it's normally about 2,000 health here. Yong's not going to do a ton of damage from the back row there. Well, that's right. Kane needs to be back row glitched, otherwise we're not going to do that much damage. We'll fix that in a little bit. Rosa is so fast right now. Take your time, Yong. You're okay. Not like we're racing or anything, Yong. Okay. I'd love to kill this thing before it explodes, but I don't know if we're going to quite get there. Come on, Kane. Alright, what do we have that can kill these things? Do we have anything that's... Yeah, we got a Thor Rage. We'll see what it does. Would be nicer if we had a better item, but I think with as fast as this party is, this will go pretty quick. We'll let Kane finish the last two. Good job, guys. Okie doke. And I'm not worried about this chest because we're so well equipped right now. I think honestly we're going to loot Eblin Castle and we're going to be about done. We probably need to find a weapon for Edward and maybe an armor for him and some claws for Yong, but that's about it. Alrighty. So we are going to check all of our shops in here and then we're going to exit out once we're done, but let's do the magma key first. Down and down the hole it goes, and where it falls, no one knows. Boom, 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 boom. Alright, we're looking for a claws for Yong. I don't think we're going to check the armor shop whatsoever. If we've got the cursed ring, there's not a lot else I need. Maybe a black belt would be good. We'll pick one of those up just for good. Oh, let's sell all the junk. Alright, what do we not need? We don't need this short bow anymore. That ice armor was for Kane, so we'll save that. Lunar staff. That's good. No spear spare. We've badmouthed them enough already, but we'll hold those Sammy gloves for a bit. That moon veil's very useful. Let's get rid of these iron arrows too. No iron ring, no iron there. And more self. We started with 3 self, so I'm not too worried about this. Alright, looking for arrows and looking for other good things. That was, ooh, that blizzard. Nah, there's too much other good stuff out there. Alright, we have 3 exits left. We need to plan judiciously where they're going to get used, but one is probably for the Fey March. Actually, we don't need to plan judiciously. We can do Zot, and Rosa will learn exit once we go do that. So that will be the plan in the play. We would prefer, because Warp Glitch is going to be on, to do Dwarf Castle after we do the after we have Warp. So we were hoping to find Rydia before that. We've got a few places we can look for. All right. We'll buy that Sammy bow so we can have something to put on Edward should we get him before we get Spoon. Defense sword, that's another good weapon for Kane. In fact, it's a little output on damage increase. Let's see what we got. We're gonna go ahead and get rid of this ninja shirt because I don't have anybody in the party who can wear it. I think everything else that crystal hat can go to. Nope, no sirens. Probably should have burned an exit there, but we'll save it. Alright, but we got a couple silk webs. That's usually on my shopping list and important to have, so that gets us set up to help get ready for Z and maybe for an unpleasant boss. Let's go validate the seed and see our friend the Job Dwarf. Let's check the weapon shop, just looking for claws or elemental arrows. Nope. Oh, yes there are. There's some ice arrows in case we run across a ruby. Dragoon gloves are good. Gaia drum, door-to-door salesman. Well, at least he's not a traveling salesman like Professor Harold Hill, who has been very big in this household this week. What with him being out there to organize a dwarves band. Alright, next menu we're going to do a little change up in how the party's set up here. And we're going to go visit Sheila in a minute as well. So this is mostly to get Kane and Yong in the front row. Kane is going to be our anchor. Oops, that's not what was intended. Kane is going to be our anchor regardless because it's a hero seed. There we go. That's what we want. But Kane is going to be our hero regardless because we have a hero seed, so it doesn't really matter where we put him. But since I don't have him back row glitched right now, he's going to be in the front row. I'm not terribly worried about it because I'm not planning to fight too many bosses. If I find something where it'd be good to stick him in the back, I will. But and then Young, without some sort of crazy glitch stuff that's beyond my capability to do, is going to be stuck where he is too. He'll have to be front row. Alright, let's see what's down here. Strength ring, light sword. That strength ring is a good pickup. We're not looting too much again because we're pretty well equipped right now. Rat tail. Interesting. As Elvin Sara would say, show me rat tail salad. Disgusting that. Alright, what can we sell to buy that Bacchus? That Sammy glove can probably go now that I have that Dragoon glove. Another ninja that can go. We're keeping, let's see, we have, is that the only sylph that I have? We want to hold that because that might be useful in the right situation. Strength ring I want to keep. I think almost all this junk I want to keep. But I can afford to buy 10 Bacchus wines. And that'll probably carry me through the seed. Alright. We're going to go check the weapon shop and then we're going to go peek the bosses here. The rule about these bosses is unless they're absolutely free, we're not doing them. Cat claws are nice, but I can't afford. And honestly, if I get in a situation where the only thing where the charm would be really useful would be against those mad ogres down in Eblin Castle, and that's a ruby. And Magus Sisters. We're gonna light that as ruby, even though it could be elements. Depending on what I have. If I've got Rydia and Bahamut going, that Magus Sister fight's not bad. They'll each have about 8k experience, and I can put that Mute Knife on Kane. Alright, our last bit of underground business is we're going to go see what Yong's up to, and that'll let us do the Sheila 1 check when we go to football. That way we only double dip Habul instead of triple dip it like I usually do. And we'll be out of the underworld by the 16-minute mark, having made, 3 key item checks. What was my key item in the Fey March? I've already forgotten. Ah, that's right, it was the rat tail. We'll light that up in just a sec on the tracker. Yes, the rat tail that caused so much consternation in last week's flag set. Nothing happened. Too bad. Hi, Escrunt. Good to see you. How'd your run go tonight, man? We're going to be raising the Falcon at some point, but or the Hovercraft. We're going to wait. This is, yeah, because the Sea Hero, this is one where we will see Edward at some point tonight. I should clear out the deadites on my tracker up here, so we'll get rid of the people who aren't going to be present while we're waiting through this cutscene here. But first, yes, we will help you defend the crystal. No Cecil, no Tella, no Twins, no Sid, no Edge, no Fu. We're missing Edward and Rydia, and that's it. Okay, I can deal with this. You tell him, Anna. We will, in fact, let Kane avenger his way through this real quick. In the meantime, I'm going to see if I have a means of charging my cell phone. Which I probably don't. Would be nice if I had a power brick, but I do not. There's Mute. So I think we're going to go up Ordeals because that's an objective next. We'll swing by Baron Inn, and then we're going to go up Zod. That should give me my character checks and should also get exit onto Rosa. There's the harp. So I'm going to think about this because my usual policy on harp when I'm out here streaming for the public is let's go do it as quickly as we can. From a speed perspective, it gets faded a lot, so I'm probably going to go ahead and do it anyway. Especially because I have to go do Earth Crystal shortly, too. Well, makes that samurai bow I bought for Edward look stupid. I wasted 17,000 gold, but there's not a lot left for me to buy until I find sirens. Which, once again, were not available underground right away. Let's see, we've got inventory boss issues, so we've got to deal with that now. That's going, that's going, that's going. Second arty bow. I don't need this Sammy bow, either of these Sammy bows then. And let's get you some better armor. This ice is the best we got for you. You can have this Dragoon, and Young, you can be protected. Yep, well, we're going to go harp it up right now. We got to find out what the music is. Elven Sorrow Bow. Makes me sad to have to pass it up. The only thing that kind of gets me bugged is I would be loving to pick up particularly a Thunderclaw for Yang or Lightning Arrows for Rosa, and I haven't seen either of those things yet. And those help a lot with specific bosses. Alright, well we're at 5 key items and we're 20 minutes in. Let's go do Mount Ordeals. Hi Anthony. I am playing a randomized version of Final Fantasy IV. So this is like Final Fantasy IV, but they have taken and mixed up everything. So all the characters are in different spots. They're where the characters are where they should be, but which one it is different. All the bosses have been swapped around and scaled up or down depending on where they landed. All the treasure's been moved around, and all the stuff I need to complete the game has been hidden. And on top of that, we've actually set this game up so that it is designed to replicate an 80s movie with the objectives we're trying to do. So our 5 objectives you can see on my screen here. You can also summon Nightbot, who will tell you the flags, which I'll go ahead and throw those up right now. This is Baigen. Baigen can be a really rude boss in certain places, but I think this party this is not a bad spot for him considering how much gear I have and how much damage I'm going to put out. And Rosa, it's time for you to get some samurai arrows. Those poison arrows were good, but these should be better. Young, you are slow. But yeah, Rosa's got a heroin robe. So our objectives tonight, we were going to try to unlock the sealed cave. We're going to try to go up Mount Ordeals where I am right now. We're going to find and defeat Dr. Luge. We're going to go up the Tower of Zot, and we're going to complete the Giant of Babel. We have to do 4 of them to get the crystal, and of course these 5 objectives are some sort of strange movie. Alright, we have the back attack spot coming up, so we're going to rearrange our rows. The Calbrina Dolls. I have just the thing for you, that Gaia drum I found in the Feymarch. And actually got our action fairly early for this spot. All right, let's see if we get them all. Very good. All right, and Kane finally is going to have to go do a fight solo, and I'm feeling extra crispier and risky, so we're going to go ahead and let Kane go into the... Did we put that strength ring on Kane? We should. Alright, since this is a Sea Hero seed, Kane must face the room in Mount Ordeals by himself. Solomon Scary. The game has given us another samurai bow, and we have 2 Artemis bows that are already better. Oh no! Seriously? So one of the things available in the game is a boss called the Gauntlet. It's normally at Fabul Castle, and it's a wave of enemies that come and attack you. And what we have turned on is something called the Alternate Gauntlet, which will have a wave of enemies attack you when you encounter the boss that are native to whatever spot you're in. And so we happen to have found it up here on Mount Ordeals. And the good news is none of this is going to present a threat to me. I can kill it. The bad news is twofold. The best way to fight these is to have some sort of area of effect damage, and I do not have area of effect damage with this party. Kane has an Avenger, so he's going to sit here and single target kill them. And I think there's one more that's going to have 6 or 7 enemies, so it's just going to be a while. That being said, due to the mechanics of the game and how this space is set up, it's a free heal here, so every fight I'm going to do, we're going to get fully healed between rounds. So, I'm going to take a little break here, because I can. Yeah, honestly, even without the refill, I think he could probably handle this, just because he's decently geared enough. And he's going to be pretty fast. So Burkhead, you gonna hang out and not run this week? Not that I mind, but I love the company, but I also like letting people play and have fun. All right. So this is the 4th of 5 fights. And it's also going to be nice to be done this. I'm going to go ahead and get a preliminary check on this fight here. But nah, this was a good start. It was a power treasury that just got almost everybody pretty well equipped. Please no charm. I think it's actually the Lamias that charge, not the Lilith charms, but the Liliths, but still, the sprite makes me nervous. $6.20, like the highway near my house. We'll update the Not Found Cecil to the Not Found Cecil Paladins, right? Alright, folks. We're going to do something a little bit inefficient, but it's the way that this club has been, and it's going to be the way we're going to roll to please the audience. We are headed for Cave Magnus right now. We are going to go to Baron Inn first, and then we're headed for Cave Magnus. No, we're going to go to Cave Magnus. We got a party that can handle it. Let's save some walking. We'll do Baron in it a little bit, but maybe I'm overconfident, but I feel good about this party. So we're going to try and do some efficient walking. Safety save just in case this goes horribly bad. Alright, Kane. Let's get us a black chocobo. I did learn this week where the secret chests in the chocobo forest are, but I am just about done looting except for the trip I plan to take to Castle Evelyn just to look for adamant armor and other goodies. But I think that's the extent of the looting I have left in mind for tonight. And I'm tempted to skip it, but we've just had too many times with too many goodies in there. And it always seems to burn me when I skip. I mean, well, that being said, I mean, what else would I hope to find? I'd hope to find adamant armor is what I'd be after in there. But it is such a good start when you get that opening earth crystal. And I feel bad for the poor souls that don't think to check the treasury. All right. Did I find a kamikaze anywhere? I did not, so let's start by taking Yang out if we can. Oh, Yang, you're too strong. So much faster. Will Rosa get 3 attacks? Ah, we attack you. Rats. Alright folks, for those of you who've never seen Free Enterprise before, this is the spot where normally Edward will step in and save the party with music from the Twin Harp. And since it's a randomizer, we will randomize what music he plays. You won't hear what you heard in normal Final Fantasy IV. We'll get a special song. So I'm going to be quiet, and we're going to see what's in here. Well, well, well. That is our objective friend, Dr. Dialogue. And this was this was required. Don't know if it's hard required yet. Definitely not hard required. The package will not be something we have to do. Well, we're done boss hunting. We've got 2 key items to find. And we're going to be in go mode very, very soon. Alright, and I'm just going to have enough exits for it. Well, I hope those of you who love Final Fantasy VII got to see and enjoy that. That was pretty good. Alright, so I've got a cell phone that's picking up one of my viewers tonight. I'm going to have to plug that in at some point. We'll probably wait for the post-Zot cutscene here in a second. But we're going to hope Rydia's up here because I'm ready to put Bahamut on her and then start thinking about how we're going to do stuff. Honestly, we're a Darkness Crystal away from being able to beat the Seed. And that's kind of terrifying because we're a half hour in. This is going to be a jetty Seed. We also need to start thinking about how we're going to handle the grind, especially if we don't see sirens, because that's where things get tricky. but we're kind of hoping that we're either going to pop the hook somewhere or else that we're going to find sirens for sale. Well, pop the hook will help us find sirens. I think that's kind of it. Sealed cave, the party's going to be fast enough that once I can get Rosa up to wall, I can go do doors. That's been a good grind for me. Behemoths on the moon's not bad with what Kane's going to have either, especially if he finds like a Dragoon Spear. Okay, let's grab the save room. I don't think the doctor hurt us that much. And we still got Baron Inn to go do. But this should kick us out near Baron. Hello, Valvalis. We'll see if I'm fast enough to fight you. Rosa, do you know Berserk? Not yet. This might have been one where it was better to get Kane out, but we'll get through it. This is the Maga Sister spot. It's a bit of a hard hit. Actually, I have Bacchus wine. What am I doing here? Because Rosa's doing all the work here. That Bacchus is going to go a long way with her. Okay, we're going to drop a cure on. Okay, let's get you a Bacchus wine real quick. Let's get that up where it's accessible. And then we're just going to let the fight do itself, and I'll go plug in my phone. Alright, 1 second, folks. Alright, that should set me up for that. Gotta do better, Rosa. There we go. Good job, guys. Alright, that feels pretty good. And we are going to save. That was a bit of a time-consuming fight, just in case we come across something unpleasant here. I mean, the thing I have to worry about is something like CPU, where Yang is going to make, or where that Avenger is going to make my life miserable. And in fact, let's go ahead and just take some steps to make sure that this stays good. Man, I'm already thinking about my Kane strategy for the endgame fight. That is a duplicate Yang, which is not what I wanted to see. Evil Wall will be our second boss at Dwarf Castle tonight. I think my preference is we get Rydia here. I'm not as worried about Edward when he's not going to have Spoon or anything. Hooray. Alright, let's get Warp on Rydia. We have a Stardust Rod for her, and a Sork Robe, and a Rune Ring, so this should be pretty good. Alright, let's rearrange our equipment a little bit. You can take that off. We're going to go get Yang's Protect Ring. Protect Ring is the only thing that's saving him right now. Okay, why don't you have a Rune Ring. Here's a Sork Robe. And that Stardust Rod should put you in pretty good shape to do stuff. Let's see, who is our boss on top of Zot tonight? Plague. Well, we should have learned Bahamut, whatever, but Rydia doesn't have the power to do that yet. Kane, why don't you avenge this thing? Rosa's second shot, I think, is going to take this guy out. Nope. There we go. Bye-bye, Plague. Hello, complete Zot. We are one objective away from having our crystal. And I'm a little terrified. because this team is nowhere close to Zeromus ready. But this is a jet of jet seeds, isn't it? Alright, and Rosa will learn exit. I've got one more in inventory for emergencies, which makes me happy. So let's hope for a nice key item here. Hook is probably preferred. Baron key is not bad either. But I'm feeling really good about how I'm playing just because I found that Luge so quickly. There's Baron key, like requested. One objective from having the crystal and being in go, and one key item from having that ability. Of course, Giant's a long ways away. And I think the preference would be to do Sealed Cave if I can find it. Let's see what's here. Nothing I need. We'll swing by the thing. Let's check the news. Todd smells. Alright. Another Young and a Sparkle. Pale Dim. Eat Sammy Arrow. We should check Rose's inventory. She's probably getting low on arrows. And should have gotten Blarg going on Rydia. We'll do that in a minute. Some form of Mylon. Is it regular Mylon or Mylon and Friends? Regular Mylon. Good shot, Rosa. Young should do a lot of damage here with his Fire Claw also. A lot, relatively speaking. Alright, Mylon Zed is dead. Zed's dead, baby. Show us key item salad, please. Okay, that's not bad. So I think right now the plan is going to be to do the cycle. So we are going to step outside and save. We're going to check the weapon shop just to be sure. I think Dragoon Spear is the only big thing we're still looking for. Okay. There's Bahamut. And we'll take Sylph. I'm not sure how much we'll use it, but it'll get it out of our inventory. But Little Rydia should just be ready to oh, can't go in there. Need to go back down the Baron Key. Little Rydia should be ready to wreck shop now. Out of curiosity, you guys have something good for Yang. You have those, which I like. But nothing great there. I mean, part of me wants to really go do Zot, or not Zot, Evelyn, because I know that there's sometimes good weapons in there. But I'm playing with fire, chasing Dragoon Spear or Holy Lance out of it. And particularly because Supersmith is on, I'd probably do better just trying to get Forge. But I'm just worried that there's an Adamant Armor or something in there I'm going to miss. And that's going to cause me a lot of loss. But, I mean, how much time am I losing with this party, how it's going? Alright, so we have 2 ninja hats. Rosa probably doesn't need it. She's super fast already. So I'm probably going to put one on Rydia, and I'll probably throw the other on Kane for now. And that may end up at Rosa or somebody else later. Alright, so before we do this boss fight that I forgot to scout out, let's go ahead and get this on. Ninja here, and Ninja here. Let's see how Rose is doing for arrows. She has 1 left, so let's go ahead and put the full Samurai Arrow complement on her. Dark Imps. I think what we're going to do is try and conserve a little arrow action. We're just going to call Bahamut. Have a couple of ethers, so that might be useful in case we need to get ready up and going. I should have bought more arrows, but it'll be fine. Go Bahamut. Got him. So I think we're going to at least face check who's down at the Odin throne once we're done here. Seeing as we're kind of chasing key items, and we're going to hope the character here is Edward. I'd love to fill the party out. Who's really the king? The rightful king. If Burkhead sees this, he will laugh. Alright, we've got to do a little bit of damage to this guy. There we go. Radius should be good, and Bahamut will probably take care of business. Name of the game is beating fights as fast as possible. Bye-bye, Odin. You were an objective last time, too. Alright, we're at 8 key items. Hopefully we can get up to 9 here. I mean, Darkness Crystal and Luca Key are the big ones we're after. Another Rydia. Alright, who are our stone sprites today? We have randomized these stones, guys, that come through here. Let's see what we've got. Well, looks like dead Anna saves us today. Oh, Anna, your sacrifice is again appreciated. Poor Edward. He had a rough one. Alright, what's in the trash can today? Moonveil, useful for certain things, but not what we need. I may change my tune if we go down the giant, but we'll see. Alright. Let's see who's on the Odin spot today. And if it's somebody unpleasant, let's see, I think probably the only two real unpleasant things down here are Golbez and CPU, and those are both time consuming. And there's a bunch of other bosses that'll be a pain to beat that I may not be able to handle. I should have healed before I did this fight. Well, speaking of things I didn't want to deal with. Alright, we're down here. Let's take a look. We're going to do Zerker strats. Keep Rydia alive. Kill the healing node. Good job, Kane. Good. Okay. And then see if we're going to have some sort of cure that we can get out of Rydia that'll help us. Let's see. You do not know Psych yet, so we're going to burn another Ether 2 here. Alright, we're probably going to let Rosa take 2 shots at this thing, and then we'll call Bahamut. Hopefully that'll be enough for us to finish this thing off. If not, we're going to get to deal with the globe. This may be the first mistake of the seed, though, is doing this fight. the ones I can afford to lose. Second Bahamut Call should do the trick. Otherwise, we're going to get globed like crazy here, and it's going to be bad. Good job. Can we get Rosa up before the before Kane kills the nodes? This is getting bad. We're not going to worry about Rosa. We're going to worry about making sure we win the fight. Okay. Fight's next hit from Kane's going to do it, and Rosa's going to be down. Alright, was this worth our time? I want it. It's a key item. We'll walk it out. I don't necessarily like it, but this gets me like Able Lance or something incredible on Kane later, and that might be what I want. This also means that I did this instead of doing Evelyn, and I hope I don't regret it. But the stuff has been pretty good. Kane, however, could use better armor. So let's take a quick peek here. There's my Blizzard Spear in case I want to go fight that Ruby, which I don't. Alright, so what was that, 4 minutes to do that? Okay, so the next part of this plan is we're going to go do tower. But first, we're going to go walk down Sealed Cave, and we're going to see what there is for Yong and Sheila, particularly because that adamant would be a forge, and that would be nice. But this is 2 more checks we can make that are going to take about a minute, minute and a half of time. And it's going back up to do Sheila too. That's the time-consuming one. So we'll have to think about that for a minute. Okay, wake up, Yang. That ribbon was not really, I mean, that's okay item, but it's not great. We'll throw that on, Yang for dealing with Evil Wall. Though that Evil Wall is going to have 3,000 health and is not going to get to Crush phase. But with Yang's beautiful head of hair, this ribbon looks very pretty. And here's a cabin to get everybody back up. Our friend Elvin Sorrow would be very happy about it. Well, here we are at 9 key items. We're going to go do the tower. I mean, the real question is if we find the Darkness Crystal, what do we do? Because we have a party of 4. We're missing our potential 5th character, and that's bad. But on the other hand, we're in good shape for almost everything else we have to do. And we're just going to be looking for a place to go get experience. And I think the answer is to go up to the moon, and we're going to look for trap boxes and similar. And we'll probably check the weapon shop over in, you know, we should probably be grabbing a chest or 2 here just to see if we spike something good. The odds here are not great, but people seem to get paid out here a lot. And honestly, Dragoon Spear is a pretty good consolation prize if that's what I'm after. I'm not expecting trouble here, but we're going to grab this anyway just to be safe. I mean, even if we see Wyvern, he's on Witchburn, and we are going to be very fast. That being said, we probably should redo this party a little bit. Kane, you are going to be set up, unfortunately, to be slow Kane. And we're going to let Rosa do most of the work. We'll flop you over to good weapons. There's a monster box. Go get it, Rosa. That's not enough. Rosa kill the alert real quick. This was not the best box I took. I think if Kane had still been Berserk, that would have been better. There it goes. Yeah, that Drain Spear's not doing good stuff. Rosa should be able to take this puppy out. Kane gets the Absorb because he has the... Hey, get to use the Stardust Rod. Yeah, this was a much lower box than it needed to be. There we go. Let's spike something good, Salad. I'll take that. Get a 10th key item, that should make life a lot better. Dark Elf and Mist Dragon, huh? See if that Bahamut's going to speed up the fight at all. Kane, you're going to swap over to your defense sword here, and then we'll get the Avenger out. Don't do that to Rosa. Dadgummit, that was supposed to be a cure too. That's a mismenu. I don't care what you do to Kane. Me change. There's my hourglass. That should get Kane full damage for his Avenger glitch here. Rosa, you can sit the rest of this one out. You'll be fine. Go, 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 Team Bahamut. Alright, maybe we do need a shot from Rosa. There we go. That was a nice little fight. Pinktail. That is an adamant armor if I can find me a hook. Makes me feel a little better about how I'm playing this thing. Piggy Cane. We'll let the pig walk. Okie doke. Off to the super cannon room. That is indeed 10 key items, so now we have some options. Because all the grinds are going to get the bonuses. We do have that one Siren, but I think unless there's darkness here, Dwarf Castle's next, and I still may go there just because of the character check and the 2 key items. Let's do some of this. These guys are weak sauce. D's Lunars. Got him. Alright. We're approaching the 1 hour mark. I was feeling so good, but I have not seen my darkness yet. I mean, this is the kind of seed that I'm going to see while I'm sub 1 hour or similar. That might be a little generous, a little bit too ambitious, but... So the other thing we'd really love to find is that pass. Okay, down out of the tower. Barring Darkness Crystal, I think we are headed for Dwarf Castle. Darkness Crystal or Adamant Rock. If we get Adamant Rock, we're going to go Forge. Alright. And let's get a little destruction cutscene starring Pig. Oh no! what you got for us today? That's completely worthless in the seed. Can't, no edge to dart it, no Cecil to equip it. Alright. I am short on camping gear. I have not seen tents yet. Interesting problem. Well, let's go feel out the dwarf pot. I need to keep at least 2 of those cabins if we're going to be playing games on the moon, and maybe all 3 if I can. So I feel a little less great about that Cavalier one that I used before we went up the tower, but... So we have the key item check here, what we're going to get out of Warp Glitch, and the one for the... let's see, how are we doing inventory-wise? Let's just clean this up as best we can. Leviathan. And then the second boss here we know is going to be Evil Wall. I'd like to be through Dwarf Castle by about 1 minute, and if I'm under the 102 mark with all the cutscenes and such, I should be good. Thunderclaw would have been nice here, but we'll make it work. And I did not anchor Kane up quite the way I needed to, but we'll be alright. The ribbon means that I can't lose the fight against the Hujit. But I think we're going to get 1 Call of Bahamut off here, and then I think Kane and Rose will take care of it the rest of the way. We'll do Berserk and save us a Bacchus Wine. Young, you're starting to get up there. When you get the levels, you'll do the damage we need. Nuki Nuki. Very nice, Rydia. That Bahamut's doing a lot of work. Glad I found you so quickly. Alright, we're going to hope for Edward here, and we can slingshot him. And then a spoon would be a nice thing to go with him, too. Alright, what we got next? There's our Evil Wall. Who is our friend coming to join the party? Another Rosa. Those Edwards are getting few in supply, and I don't know how badly I want one. Okay, between these 3, this should go pretty fast. Let's adult Rydia in the tracker. Like nice burnt orange Rydia gets me ready for the Texas game tomorrow. Hook them horns, by the way. Go baseball. Young, that's some damage there, buddy. You're starting to get it together. There's Float on Rosa. Getting along there, too. Okay, hand coming up. The Black Hand. Sweet. Alright, we are currently missing 6 findable key items plus the crystal. And then the pass is here, too. It's out there, too. So any one of these... I mean, ideal pickup is probably Darkness Pass. Or Hook and Darkness. That's probably what we're really after. Actually, I would really like the Luca key, so vanilla would be nice here. There's Hook. And Warp Glitch says Hook is nice because we're going to get some stuff. There's our Darkness Crystal. Alright. And I'm full on stuff. Let's see. We'll sell everything else in a second here. Alright, so now it's decision time. Because we gotta make a plan for how we're gonna finish this. So I think part 1 is... let's go take care of our Hook business. Sarzak, man, how we doing? How'd Resident Evil turn out tonight? Blood and Guts, good to see you, man. how you, let's see. Thunder, thunder drummer. Hey guys, we got a bit of a jet seed here, or at least it was for a bit. Oh wow, is that the entire? That's the entire thing you were playing tonight. That's awesome. That's really cool, man. Well, let me tell you a little bit about our movie tonight. We have an 80s movie. We're starring Kane, and we have supporting guests with young Rosa, Rydia, and still yet to be found Edward. And the plot of our movie is going to be that we need to unlock the sealed cave, complete Mount Ordeals, defeat Dr. Luge, do the Tower of Zot, and do the Giant of Babel. And I've given out the warning to the players that there's a duplicate objective in there. Two of those are the same thing. And there's Forge for Kane. And this should be an adamant armor for something here too. The problem I have is I'm in go mode. I have enough stuff to go complete the seed. I don't think I have the levels for it, but I have everything else. And so I think what we're going to hope for is that we can find sirens out on the hook route. I've decided to forego Castle Evelyn just because the seed gave a lot of generous loot, and this party started out pretty dang powerful. Alright, we're going to make super duper powered Kane here. I mean, my worries is that Kane is the agility anchor because he's hero and he's going to be fast, and that's going to make that Zeromus fight just rough. So I got to figure out what to do with it. The other fun question is, do I find stuff in the shop to make sirens would make my life a lot better here? Alright, let's get rid of some of the junk. Don't need this diamond shield. This Excal, it pains me, but I have to sell it. I don't have anybody who can use it. That's junk, that's junk. No sirens. That's a bit of a problem. So I think the only hope for sirens is the moon shop, and if not, I've rolled another sirenless seed like I like to do. And I really shouldn't be looting. I'm in good enough shape as it is to not do that. We're looking to see if Edward's here, just because I'd like that fifth party member. Plus, it's right for this film. I want to have all five of the people. So, what do we got up here? That is a Rosa. I am unfortunately probably going to be stuck doing the giant, seeing as I haven't seen Luca Key yet. We have two last cards to play here. I should have saved there. Oh well. But we're going to go Forge. That was a dumb place to put that, but it's what we got to do. Alright, we're going to see if there's goodies in the Forge shop. We will rob Pokel the Smith, because that's what we do. Bandana, that's not a bad thing. Come on, we want Able Lance today. But I mean, Kane is just going to be this, shop wrecking person, but... what else can I get rid of? I probably didn't need to buy that white spear. That was probably a waste. Ah, that piggy blade. That's not good. That thing doesn't have power at all. I'm glad I got my white spear then. That was the last real piece I was waiting for on Kane. Well, I've got all the tools to manipulate agility now. So we're going to drop a quick save here. As soon as we raise the whale, because that has to be done regardless. There's one more spot we could find Edward in. And if we don't, we're going to have to start thinking real hard about how we're going to get our XP. And I'm thinking... Moon bosses. Nah, Piggy Sword's not better than that. But I grabbed the White Spear for dealing holy damage, because there's enough bosses that are weak to it that I'll come across that it'll be good to have. But nah, as much as I think my disappointment with the Piggy Sword is more that I wanted the Able Lance out of it. Alright. So we have one more check since I'm missing the pass that's worth my time. And that's that we're going to go see what Sheila's holding. Because we have not turned in the pan yet. Missed. Guys, by the way, for everybody who's watching, yeah, thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. I am absolutely floored to see the support today. I mentioned at the start of the broadcast, I'm getting pretty close to Twitch affiliate, and based on what's going on, I am probably going to be there early next week. This is really, really special, and I really, really love and appreciate each and every one of you. Luca key. Now it gets interesting. It is, and I've actually been out playing on Fiverr, getting emotes to be ready for it, and I don't think I'm going to have everything ready based on how fast it's going to come. Well, now the question is, do I do a door grind? Because I have that available to me. And actually, hang on a second. I do a door grind. We'll save. Unlocking the sealed cave is the last objective. I don't have to go do the giant. Make sure we saved here. We're going to go on the moon. We're going to look for Edward real quick. We'll reset down if I don't see him up here and I don't see Sirens. I think Sirens is still a little better than doing the door grind will be. But if not, we'll unlock the sealed cave, we'll go do some doors, and we'll get up to levels, and we'll go fight Z. I should check the shop first. Just because there's a little cutscene, and as soon as I see who the character is, if I whiff up here, I can go away entirely. Alright, what can we sell? Now I regret wasting all that money that I did. Do I just... Defense or White Spear? Okay. I don't like these options right now. I have those moon veils. Alright. I don't know why I'm looking at what people's equipment is. But I do think I have a second... Do I have a second arty bow somewhere? I do. That can go, and that can go, and that gets me what I need. That's more than enough Sirens. Alright. Last chance for Edward. We've got hourglasses. We are going to just rip through those lunar dragons as best we can, the gold dragons as best we can, and then we're going to go down, unlock the sealed cave, and we're going to go finish this thing out. Would it be faster to do the lunar dragon? Let's see. There he is. Eddie, it took you long enough. For as smart as I'm expecting you to be on this seed. You're supposed to be the smartest person in the party, and here we are. Thunder, I appreciate it. The time where I'm going to need that is probably going to. I love it for the viewership, and I love you hanging. I try to do it back for you when I see you work when I'm at work, because you tend to roll while I'm in the office during my office hours. All right, we'd like to be done grinding by about 116, 117. Then we got to go open the sealed cave, and we can finish this thing up. We will also peek the boss. If it's somebody fairly easy to take care of here, we'll grab him to see if we can nail the pass. But I'm thinking we need 4 or 5 of these gold dragon fights, and we'll be good to go. I can do all the agility manipulation I want with Kane, so I think it's just let's get Rydia ground up to nuke. It's too bad there's no spoon. Edward's going to not be great this seed, but we sold the arty bow anyway. Ashura. Ugh. Alright. That's kind of weak, Kane. That's a little better. You know, I just realized Rydia's going to one-shot both these guys because of how she is, so that we won't be life glitching today. Yep. How many levels are we going to slingshot on Mr. Edward? 31. So those of you who haven't seen it, there's an experience catch-up mechanism for somebody who's behind in life, like Edward is. And so when he's behind in experience, he gets double XP during a fight. With the key item bonus, he gets double XP because he's behind so many levels. And unfortunately, Yang was down for this one. That's too bad. Wow, we could have life glitched there. But also means we're going to have a shot to get Yang up before this thing goes down. Nope. Too slow. Here's Cure 4 on Rosa. Yeah, we're going to need more than 2. It's going to take a few more than I thought it would, but we'll be alright. I've got, I think, 3 more hourglasses. The real question is Rydia going to be out of mana? We've got, we're just short for one more call. I don't think this is going to work, but we'll give it a shot. See if Rydia low rolls it. She did not roll that. Quad 9's on the back one. There's fire 3, lit 3, life 2. Rose is getting close. We've got 2 more hourglasses, and then we got to think a little more about how we're going to do this thing. You killed Edward. Alright. Get Edward back up. We're just going to get him everything we can to try and get him through a big bang. Poor man's ether. Hopefully this is going to push Rydia up to about Quake. Yeah, that 118 mark is looking about good for me to get through this, but I don't know if I'm going to quite be level-wise where I wanted to be. There's Quake. Well, those. No, I've got one extra hourglass. We're in good shape then. She's got enough for 2 more Bahamut calls, so we should be fine. Just in case we get to life glitch it. But Rosa is now getting to where she can survive a big bang also. Should be white. There's stone. There's white. Alright, this was the last of the sirens I was thinking I was going to be able to do, but we'll see. Yang is taking the hits today. Okay, buddy. We're going to see if you can get another life off. I think it's going to be the back one if we get one. Nope. There's weak. Rosa's, she's getting close. Oh, you lost all your mana. Alright, we're going to do one more. And I think that's all we can do here. Kane, you're starting to do the kind of business I wanted you to be doing. Oh, you don't have it. Fine. Well, let's quake these jerks. That hurts. That doesn't hurt as much. This is the last fight I'm going to do just because of the life situation that's about to come up here. That's stinky. I missed that. Alright, let's finish it, Kane. Okay, this is what I think we've got. Rydia's close, fatal, but there's nuke. Beautiful. That's awesome. All right, I don't need that. Out of magic on Rosa, but I believe I've got one exit left. All right. So the goal is to see if we can be done with this by a little. I don't think I can quite make 130, but we're gonna try. Because we got to go unlock the sealed cave, and then we got to walk down the moon. Edward, you're going to get to be Potion Monkey today. The other question we're going to have to make at the bottom of the moon is, where do we want Kane to be as far as anchoring? Because I can get him pretty high up there in speed, but if I have him too high, I need the other people to contribute, or this Aromas fight's not going to be good. So he's going to probably lose his armor shortly. And that Heroin Robe's probably coming off Rosa to improve her healing. Well, my other hope is people faded the harp, and that'll be good. This should give us our key. There it is. Can't find my key. Sadly, no spoon and no sand ruby. Go mode it is. I think reasonable time to be at Zeromus is 125. We should be able to get down there in that time. It's about 3 minutes to walk down the moon, and I think I can be up there by 122. Minus the menuing time, unfortunately. So the real question is, do we want to put Kane at 42 agility, or if we can get 56, do we want to do that? And I think the answer is 42, just because we want people fast. Rose is going to keep that Artemis bow on just because we're going to keep her life as high as we can, then we'll take that off in the fight itself to improve her. Unfortunately, I didn't find a life staff or anything for her, but I mean, just the seed flew by. Where's the adamant armor probably going? Probably on Rydia just to make her faster and let her do more powerful Bahamut stuff. I am about 8 seconds late getting up here. Alright, down, down, down to Goblin Town. Okay, so we are going to go down and find Zeromus, and then we've got to anchor. As far as parties go, this is one of the trickier ones we're going to have in the entire season, just because of the weird limited character set and the speed setup. Having Rydia and Rosa is really nice, and they do a lot of good things, but they're not necessarily the speedy characters that Kain is. And between Kain, Edward, and Edge, we've played through most of the really, really fast characters, so I think we're going to be past that particular problem in the club after this week, minus any bonus seeds that might be out there, because, let's face it, I like to write for Kain and I like to write for Edge. Kain's my bad boy. And hopefully Kain, when we get down to Zeromus, is going to be a very, very bad man. But we've got a lot of stuff to manipulate agility, so we can do a lot of things with Kain here. Okay, I'm to the save point room, and I'm going to need to be pretty quick to get this set up the way I want it. Alright, how bad is the damage, Kain? You're currently at 66 agility. That's not good. Alright, let's see where you're at now. 41. That's a little better. $43. Excellent. What can we put back on you to make you good? I don't think I'm going to have any proper armor for you, but that's what it is. Tell you what, Yang, let's put this on you. Rydia's in good shape with what she's got. And unfortunately, the Heron robe needs to come off of you. Okay, I took about 30 seconds longer there than I would have liked. Alright folks, we are headed down to where Big Zeromus sits, but Zeromus is a little different than all the other randomized bosses in this game. He's big, he's mean, he has some terrible stuff about how he runs his fights and what he does to us. And so we cannot put Zeromus anywhere else in the seed but at the end. It just wouldn't be fair and it wouldn't be fun. But it's a randomizer, we want it to be randomized, so we're going to randomize Zeromus. We're going to have a special piece of sprite artwork picked out for him that is different from anywhere else we've seen it. There's a pool of about 600 out there, and we do not know who we're going to see until we get there. So the question we always ask ourselves as we're on our way is, whose butt are we going to kick tonight? Awesome. I'm so happy to have the full party for this. Yes, Lawn Dog. Hopefully it's a great butt we're going to kick. And of course, if things are wonderful, we can wear a hat. I think the best one for Film Front so far has been the Pringles guy. That was the one from the Rosa Seed. Lots of shaking going on. You were not the first choice, Yang. Yep. Let's get him. Whose butt are we getting tonight? The true colors emerge. And we have... Interesting. It's a palette swapped version of actual Zeromus. Alright. No, the colors are backward. The red and the blue are swapped. That's how, other than that, that's why I think he's called Swapomus. Yeah, French vanilla, but we'll call it that. This is not necessarily quite the start I wanted, but this should be fine. Eddie, you're going to get to be Starvale Boy. Assuming you live through the Big Bang. I did not rearrange Rydia's magics. This will be a little slower. We're going to bounce stuff off of Eddie. It's going to make it so that Zeromus will not do counter. Normally if you attack him, he nukes us like he did a minute ago. Good nerf. Alright, based on timing, 133 is the target for when I think we can be finished. Good shot, Rydia. You are doing your job. Heal thyself, Edward. Ooh, do not call. Calling magic is bad news against this guy. And then Rose is going to sit and wait to see if we can throw... Let's see, do we throw a white? Yeah, let's throw a white. Why not? I think that puts us in the upper 30s, and this is where I'd love to be nerfing, but I don't think we're going to get it out in time. We'll try it, though. If we don't nerf, he'll be dead, so... The only, I mean, I'm not sure Rydia will make it through a unnerfed Big Bang, but the three principals should. That should get our nerf off. For those of us who have never seen this before, this is a technique to make him reset his magic power so that he won't hit as hard when he does his Big Bang here. However, I might have just lost Rosa, and this could be a little bit dicey. Yep, Rosa's down. We should be able to fix this, though. We should be about to where Zeromus refills his health. The game at the maximum has a about 62, 64,000 is the most it can have. So when Zeromus tips over 48,000 health, he will refill his health back to 62. And then once we burn him down, he'll be gone. And this is where it gets a little dicey. If Rosa gets this off, we're in good shape because Rosa should survive that next Big Bang. We're probably going to lose Rydia here. Thank you, Nightbot. Very kind of you. This full Big Bang should take Rydia out. Usually those are in the 17 to 800 unless we get a really miraculously good roll. Or that Adamant Armor saves us. That Adamant Armor saved us. Rydia's kind of just going to do one or two more nukes as she can through the fight, and she'll go down next. But she's doing a lot of work this fight. Another cure just to make sure we keep everybody up. There's our first black hole of the fight. I think that it's iffy whether we're going to see another Big Bang or not. But if we get through that, don't call, cast nuke. And that black hole meant Rydia just is about to suicide, which was bad. That's less than ideal. Bye, Rydia. There's a random nuke. That could really wreck our day, too. Heal yourself, Rosa. Everybody else is fine. But if we lose you, this fight goes sideways. Okay, should just be able to burn him down now. Bakaswine Friong. And now we're just going to ride the fight. Should be seeing rocks in a minute here. There's rocks. That's the sign that he's under 12,000 health. About ready to stop timer. There we are, all done. Alrighty. Zeromus is dead. Let's see if we beat Beauty tonight. Wylam beat us by 22 minutes, but I don't see Beauty in the room, so I think a winner is us today. Wylam is 12 out of 17. Wylam forgot to get his Earth Crystal early on. Escrunt, Sarzak, thank you guys for the GGs. Thank you, Lawn Dog. Thank you, everybody who came and watched tonight. This has been a lot of fun. And this is a good seed. So let's roll some credits and let's have a little chat. Beauty and Discovery, who's my partner. Thank you, Thunder Drummer. I appreciate it. Beauty and Discovery, who is my partner in founding the club, is actually live racing with me right now. I'm going to probably pull up a quick browser and see how he's doing while we watch the credits playing. But yeah, I will also tell everybody I'm watching. I've been sitting right on the edge for a while of where I needed to be in average viewership tonight to hit the 3 average viewers. It's the last piece I need before I hit affiliate, before I stream Monday, which is my next scheduled stream. And we're close. I think we're going to be over it. With the 13 we have right now, I'm looking for 8 average. It's about 7.5 average, I think, puts me where I need to be. So I think we are going to be planning a Let's Launch affiliate party on Monday night, which is super exciting and super fun. So I got to come up with a couple of fun things for everybody for what we're going to do there, but we'll take some inspiration. Elvin and Sarzak both threw some great on-stream parties in the recent past, and I'm going to steal a couple of great ideas from you guys. All right. Yes, sir. Let's see how many boxes we looted tonight. 54. That's actually, this was overall a pretty good run. The questionable stuff was messing around with Odin, going up the tower, going up Lower Babel, and forging. Those 3 things were all kind of decisions. Other than that, I think I played most of it right. I'd be really curious to know where the pass was and, of course, where the spoon is. That's the other piece I'm looking for. Well, so this improves my record against Beauty in club races now to 2 and 3. I'm still a game behind him. We're still tied in standings because we typically don't finish up in the top. Oh, there he is. Beauty finished with 133.46. We were a minute and a half in front of him. Let's see if we can get him on here and have a little post-race breakdown. The other question I have for you, all of you, if we can bring it back up again. This is a seed where we are simulating a 80s movie, and you can see our objectives in the upper right corner. That was our plot for the film. It's unlock the sealed cave, go up Mount Ordeals, defeat Dr. Luge, complete the Tower of Zot, complete the Giant of Babel. I have warned that one of these objectives is also a duplicate, and our 5 characters tonight are Cain, Edward, Rosa, Rydia, and Young. All right, let's see if we can get Beauty and Discovery in the room. I see his icon. Beauty, how you doing? How's your run?
That sucks out loud that Dr. Luggage was behind Hart.
Oh, you didn't do it?
I did do it. Well, first off, I wasn't necessarily hard fading Hart, but it's a long check, and I was like, I don't really need it. But I'm like, it's proper routing, you know, so I didn't do it. Oh, that's so frustrating.
I did
And yeah,
harp early. Before I did Baron Inn, I did harp. I went up
really,
ordeal.
even before then?
I'm trying to remember I think I did ordeals first, and then
Okay,
I
yeah.
routed from ordeal. I went underground, got my stuff underground, went up and did ordeals, and I did harp because I knew I was going to go right into Earth Crystal and then into Baron Inn.
Gotcha, gotcha. No, that's fantastic. I did in first because I was just jonesing for the character. I think Espra really outlines it with the emote. You did okay. Yeah, no, I didn't do that.
Oh, Escrant, that
And
emote's
that's what
awesome.
really
I just noticed what it
I
says. You did okay. That's great.
I love it. It's so descriptive of 90% of my runs. But yeah, no, I went to the moon not too long. So the other thing that held me back, and the other reason why I think even if I had found um, Luge at Harp, is I
Oh, that's a
totally
gross
did
location
not.
for Spoon. That sucks.
Where was Spoon?
The Crystal Sword Altar.
Oh yeah, no one's getting that.
Nah,
Did you find Pass?
I did not.
Yeah, I didn't find
I'm
Pass either.
probably going to
I've
go
been
dig in the
watching this
seed once
whole.
we're done to see where it is. But it, honestly, as far as Earth goes, I think the only checks I missed on the Blue Planet were the two Feymarch bosses.
Let's see. I didn't do the two Feymarch bosses. I didn't do the Odin Throne.
I did Odin. It was CPU,
Um,
and it was Legend Sword, and the Forge got me the Piggy
yeah,
instead of getting me Able Lance, so I was sad panda.
yeah. So that being said, I'm glad because yeah, I ended up cursing Kane to get him to 25 agility because he was at 50 without any manipulation. I put the adamant armor on Eddie just to try and get Eddie some oomph. So he was hitting about 1500 with an Artie Bow and Sammy arrows.
Yeah, I sold my
Mostly
Artie Bow
super.
for Sirens.
You didn't find the second one?
I found the second one. I sold it for Sirens.
Ah.
I I went ahead and bought the White Spear. That was probably an unnecessarily stupid expenditure, but I wanted to have that for the Zeromas fight. So
Oh.
I was kind of looking at it about the half-hour mark. It was like all I got to do is get Darkness Crystal, and I'm in go mode.
There was a dark white spear in Evelyn Castle.
Deliberately decided to skip Eblin Castle because the treasury started me off so well, and because I was finding so many good things. I regretted not having better armor, but
Yeah, but even then, like the armor really wasn't that bad. Like you had enough with protect rings.
oh yeah,
Or actually, no. So
I
yeah,
had a
no, I
protect
didn't.
ring, the protect ring out of the treasury, and honestly, I did 54 boxes tonight, so I really cut the looting.
Oh wow, that's interesting. Yeah, the only reason I did Evelyn
And
was
so, like,
because
literally half the chests I looted were in Troya.
yeah, I was jonesing for something other than that poison axe because even in the center position he kept missing. Which how about that gauntlet in the
Poison
crystal
axe.
altar
Why weren't you using
or
the
the
Avenger?
shrine?
Wait, what was the shrine?
Well, the shrine was alt gauntlet.
Yeah, I looked at it and I
That
had my
was
Avenger
brutal.
turned on, and I'm like, we'll do it.
Yeah,
Now here's the fun one.
I
Did you find that heroine robe?
I did. I found the heroine robe. That was great. It made Rosa punch.
Yeah.
Um,
And I'm sitting here thinking, man, Kane and Rosa might take a little bit to get going. It's like, here's all the gear you want.
yeah, no, I'm just bummed. I don't normally hard fade harp in the way that some people do. I don't like it as a check, but it's not persona non grata. But yeah,
Well,
I'm
if you
feeling
saw
bummed 'cause I would
Wylam's
have
comment in
paid.
there, not only did he beat us by 20 minutes, he faded Harpins. That means he did Giant.
Yeah, I did giant as well. The other thing too, and I was gonna say this is even if I did find Luge, one thing I probably would have done wrong is I misread the objective as complete sealed cave. I'm so used to that objective, I didn't even register that it was only an unlock. So I completed giant and then I'm like, oh, who's the boss I'm gonna have to fight? And as soon as I unlocked it, it gave me a crystal. I'm like, oh crap. I've been in go mode and could have had my crystal for about I wouldn't say 5 minutes, but I definitely would have
That could have
had a
been
few
enough.
things
You and
done.
I were pretty close.
We were really close. Yeah, I don't know
Um,
if it would have been enough, but it would have been darn close.
but yeah,
So I feel feel a little bummed out about that one, but I'm just so used to complete sealed cave, you know. Because who gave Luca again? It was
Luca
Sheila too, right?
Luca came off Sheila too, and
Yeah.
I was tempted to go up to the moon without checking it, which would have forced me to do Giant. I'm glad I looked at it.
Yeah, I think the only reason I did is I was at 9 key items, so I just wanted my 10th key item
Well,
for the grind.
I'm not seeing a whole lot of guesses from chat, which is interesting. I know we had a bit of a step up in difficulty of what movie we picked here. I was curious though if the character set would give it away.
I hope it does. I will say it's not a movie I'm super familiar with. And
Oh,
I say that as in I've never seen it.
you and
But
Taro need to sit down and watch this. Yeah, I'm telling you, this is not to give too much away to my people because I don't like to give too many hints this early in the week, but this is a great 80s date night movie.
I have heard it. I mean, I certainly am aware of it. It is a popular movie.
It's a
I
pop.
think it's
It was popular enough that when I was naming famous people who would be involved in our film club that would be represented, one of the leads from this movie was mentioned, who, by the way, is not the
gotcha.
character played by Kane.
Hmm.
So I'll leave you with that one. That as much as I love Kane and put him in the forefront, he is not the straight up hero that we've had in some of our other seeds. The straight up soul lead. Well,
Yeah.
that's beautiful. Beauty, I've had a pretty good stream tonight. I'm very curious to see how the viewership is, but there's a very, very good chance that we will be celebrating affiliate status on Monday. It really, I think the numbers are going to
Excellent.
should hit by Monday morning. The question is how fast will Twitch process the paperwork?
I hope so for your sake. I know you've got a couple neat ideas for emotes, and it's going to be real exciting to see what you come up with and have fun with those in your chat and other
Mhm.
people's chat for that matter.
Yep. Well, I think that's it. So we're going to go. First of all, again, we appreciate everybody who comes and hangs out with us. We love this. If you want to play in Film Friends, we have a great time here. We love teaching new runners how to do Sea Hero because that's something we're about. We're apparently also where you get to learn how to do your grinds when you get your crystal early because that's the ongoing theme of our club.
Yeah, no, it did not feel like it took too long to go mode. I think probably the only check that really bit me in my butt was Baron. I did Baron, and I kind of wish I had
What, Baron Inn or Baron Castle?
Castle.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I
I really wanted to get Eddie, even though he wasn't. He didn't. He contributed a tiny bit during the Z fight. I didn't have Spoon. I didn't really have good weapons for him, and he had about 1,200 health. So when I got up my first big bang, he took it right in the shorts. But
that's it.
that's how it goes sometimes.
Now I'm curious. What was my Eddie at? Because I found he was at 56, so
Well,
my whole team was in the mid 50s.
let's go have a look real quick because the only one I really looked at closely. We'll pause that real quick. I think I know where we're going to go rating once we're done here, folks. Let's have a look at our party here. So I had just barely gotten Rydia to nuke when I went. Rydia got pushed up to 28 because of the adamant armor on her.
Oh, you put the adamant armor on her. Interesting. You
Yeah.
wanted to guarantee those quad nines, I guess.
No, and that's before adamant armor. She was at 28. Yeah, I wanted her to hit really hard. Eddie was at 33. Rosa's at 35. And I could have done better because I had a ninja hat that I don't think I equipped. And then Yang was at 42, which is actually a great break point for him. But that
Wow.
was luck.
Yeah. And those are your agility numbers or levels?
Those are agility numbers. I take it back. I put the adamant
Okay.
on Yang.
What an appropriate heart music for today, too.
Oh, I love hearing that Tifa theme. That was awesome.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And today's the 25th anniversary, and they just had the big kind of conference call. What do you call it? The big announcements for upcoming Final Fantasy VII related stuff today. So it's very apropos. I love it.
Yep. All right, folks. Well, Beauty, I think I'm going to toss the raid over to VT Afro. He's been learning free enterprise, and he's a good friend of our friend Mr. Burkhead, and so it's always fun to show him some love. And we'll hopefully see all of you guys next week. Beauty, I'm usually out Monday. I'll probably be doing Baron Heroes Journey that night, but we may have a special party and some other fun things planned. Thank you guys again. Love and appreciate all of you. Have a good night.
Have a great night, everyone. Thank you.
All right. right, raid commencing in 8 seconds. Thank you, Sarzak. I appreciate you coming. I appreciate you bringing the 5 people you brought too. It's very appreciated. In fact, I should have shouted you out before we left. So we'll do that. Go check out Sarzak, particularly if you love Castlevania business, guys. Thank you, everyone. Take care.